Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So this is going to be another nursing Q&A video where I answer all of you guys' nursing questions. And as you can tell by the title, in this one we're going to talk all about different credentialing. So LPN versus ADN versus BSN. So I'm going to just break it down and try and make it as simple as possible because I know this is a question that I receive all the time and everywhere, on YouTube, on Instagram. Like, people want to know, like, what is the best route to just get that BSN? What route should I take? Because you guys know there are a ton of routes that you can take to either be a BSN or get the MSN or whatever is your end goal in this whole like nursing, beautiful nursing path. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So yeah, I think I'm going to be doing like quick little intros in each of these videos. I'm not sure because I know some people may not know like what's my path in. Should I do intros? I don't know. I'll do one in this one. So for those of you that don't already know what I'm doing, I'm currently a nurse practitioner student working towards my MSN. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So let me start off with LPN because this is one of the questions. Like, should I go to LPN before RN? Like, is it a good path? It's a quicker path. The LPN can be a little bit attractive to people that want to jump into the nursing fields because it's a quicker program. It's not as daunting as, you know, the BSN and the rotations, and it's just quicker and a little bit easier to kind of get into these LPN programs. So a lot of people want to know, like, am I going to be wasting time if I do the LPN before RN and all this stuff? And really, you guys, the answer to that question is, so if you want to be an RN, I think that the best thing that you can do is just go straight into the RN. Like, if you know that that is what you want to do. Because some people, they may not know. They're like, I don't know about this nursing thing. I'm not sure. Let me just not invest all my time and money and like energy into trying to apply and get into a BSN program because it's highly competitive. We all know you're not just going to apply and jump into be accepted into a BSN program. It's competitive. So if you're not sure, you know, the LPN is there. So if you're not so sure, then yes, I would recommend either the LPN or the ADN or one of those type of programs. But if you know you want to be a BSN, like, you know, I want the RN BSN, I want to eventually become a nurse practitioner, or I want to eventually become, you know, an educator and I want a master's. If you know that you're more into that mindset, then I would say bypass everything and go straight for the BSN, okay? And this is why. Now, when you do the LPN, it's great. It's a great program. You know, it's fairly easier to get into. It's not as competitive as the BSN. It's more flexible with the hours. That's something that people have told me a lot. They're like, girl, I can't right now with the BSN program. Like, it's full-time. I have kids. I have a full-time job. I can't quit work right now. Financially, I can't do it. So do you think LPN is for me? So if that's your situation, I would say yes, go for the LPN because you know what? Hey, at least you're doing something. At least you're doing something. You're getting courses, you're getting the experience, and you're doing something. So if you're a non-traditional student, like myself, I would consider myself a traditional student. I don't have kids. I'm not married. I'm 24. I'm like in that age where, you know, school is like my main priority. Like, I'm able to like drop what I'm doing and focus on school. Not everybody has that luxury, and I do understand. So for those of you that are non-traditional and, you know, you have all these other responsibilities, maybe you're a little bit older, maybe you have kids that are in school and you can't just not take care of your kids, then of course the LPN program is a great option for you to begin with. And of course, work your way up. You know what I mean? Like, the LPN isn't gonna like hinder you or stop you or like waste your time. I think is perfect for people that are in that situation because, like I said, at least you're doing something, sis. You have to start somewhere, right? So I think the LPN is great for that purpose. Now, if you're more of a traditional student or you have that luxury, I like to say a luxury because now in 2018, to be able to focus fully on school is a luxury. So if you are someone like myself that has that luxury to put everything to the side and be like, you know what, I'm gonna do this BSN program, distractions away, like I'm trying to get to that MSN, I'm trying to get to that MP, whatever it is that you're trying to do, if you have that luxury, then I would say, girl, don't play around with these other programs. Go straight for that BSN, okay? Because you can do it. You can do it, okay? You can work your way up. You can get a good GPA. You guys know all these things that you need to get into that BSN. Start working on it now and just go ahead and apply for that BSN if you know that's what you want to do. Because again, let's think about it. So a con to the LPN is that you have to take the NCLEX twice, okay? So you're gonna have to take the NCLEX for the LPN license, and then when you go for your RN, you're gonna have to take the NCLEX again. Now, do you really want to do this? That is 2 licensing exams, 2 headaches, 2 stress, anxieties, 2 payments. Like, that is just two times, okay? So if you have the ability to just go straight for the RN, then just go straight for the RN, okay? So that was my little spill on the whole LPN situation. Now, let me talk a little bit about the associate's degree nursing, and should you do associates versus BSN. So this is another little route. So the associate degree is basically a 2-year nursing degree, and you come out with an associate's degree in nursing. Now, this is where I see it with the associate's degree, and I can really talk about this for a long time, but I really just want to give you guys the straight up facts so that you guys can hopefully make a decision, you know, by the end of the video, or it can help you make the decision, right? So we just had a conversation about the whole like ADN versus BSN thing in my health policy class, and you know, some students were talking about how they took that ladder. You know, they did ADN to BSN, and now they're in the MSN program. So with ADN, you guys, the thing is that times are changing, right? The nursing industry is changing. Things are changing, and a lot of hospitals are just preferring BSN nurses just because of the way that the education, finances are set up, and schools. I almost said schools. Some hospitals are becoming magnet hospitals, which means that they receive some type of funding for some type of, I don't know. This is too in depth, but the hospitals are magnet, meaning that they need BSN nurses because of their funding, and that's how they get funding for the nursing programs and right? So in the state where I'm at, which is South Carolina, most hospitals are basically transitioning into that magnet program, and so to get into the hospital, you basically need a BSN as a starting entry-level nurse. Now, that's not to say that they're not hiring ADN nurses, but it's definitely a lot harder for ADN nurses to even get into the hospital at this point. So what does that mean for you? That means more limited job opportunities. The money doesn't really change with the ADN and BSN. I think we all know that. The salary difference really isn't much. What really impacts nursing salary is experience, and that is just point blank, period. You could be an ADN nurse with 20 years, and you could be a BSN new grad, and the new grad BSN will probably be making way less than the experienced ADN. So let's not get into money in this video, because I have a whole separate video on salary and all that stuff, and I'm probably going to be doing an updated one anyways. But let's go back to the purposes of job hunting. So you're definitely going to be missing out on a ton of other job opportunities if you don't have that BSN, because most jobs really just look for that BSN. They want to know that, you know, your bachelor's prepared, you have that degree, and that's just how it is when it comes to jobs. Now does it mean that a BSN nurse is more qualified than an ADN nurse? Really, honestly, I think that nursing, it really just comes down to the individual and the experience that the individual obtains. I don't think that a fresh BSN nurse has anything on an experienced ADN nurse, okay? And this is definitely like a hot topic when you have these new grads coming out of the BSN programs, and then they just think like, no, because I have a bachelor's degree, like I'm better. Again, y'all know I like to bring y'all down to earth real quick. Like, stop if that's your type of behavior, because the educational gap is really not even that much. Like, BSN courses, what you really focus on will be, or what you focus on that the ADN course does not teach, is like leadership and research and management and those type of things, because they're preparing you to kind of potentially be a leader. And the ADN nurses is more of like a technical degree, so of course you're learning all the skills and everything that it takes to be a nurse. Another advantage that the BSN nurses have is back to the job opportunities. And with the BSN, you can do like case management, you can go into community health centers and do a bunch of different type of roles, like what I'm doing now, like nurse navigator. You can be like a nursing coordinator, you can, girl, there's just a lot of options. So once you have that BSN and you have a little bit of experience, a lot of doors are going to open up to you that may not open up even if you have 5 years of experience and you have an ADN, simply because these jobs are looking for that title. Okay, sometimes just a little piece of paper or a little extra credentials on your name can really open up a ton of doors, and we all know this, nothing new here. That is just how this whole world of jobs work, right? All right, you guys, so that is really it as far as the big debate on LPN, ADN, and BSN. I hope that this kind of helped clear up a little bit and hopefully kind of steered you into the right direction of which title you want to receive or where do you want to start off at. Like I said, you have to really analyze your situation. Like it's very difficult for me to like say, okay, yes, do this, or yes, do that. Why? Because I don't know your personal situation. Like my personal situation may differ from Sally's and Polly's and Molly's. Like everybody has a different, you know, situation. Some people just don't have the money to stop work and be full-time in a BSN program. So if that's your case, like I said earlier in the video, then yes, maybe you can start off with the LPN because they have more flexible hours, and you know, it just may be, you know, you're working your way up. Now, if you do have that opportunity to kind of just, you know, focus your mind and your soul and your time and everything into a BSN program, then girl, by all means, jump into it. Jump into it because a BSN is a great degree to have. It's literally, I don't want to play favorites over here, but I think a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, a BSN, is a great degree to have in 2018 and just in the healthcare industry. I mean, it really opens up a lot of doors for you, and you can take that degree and literally, like, girl, the world is yours, okay? You can keep on adding, jobs are opening up, and you'll be good. So yeah, you guys, at the end of the day, like I said, it all comes down to your personal situation. In this whole world of nursing, there are a ton of routes to go. Please do your research. That is probably my biggest advice that I will point you to. Just do simple Google searches. Read forums, read like advice forums on like LPNs and jobs for LPNs. One thing that I love to do is look at jobs. This is what I do currently now. So I'm like, FNP jobs, like what's open, what's good, what's up? Like, you know, you have to know what's out there, get familiar with your state and things that are going on with, you know, within your little world, okay? Because the nursing industry is super huge. Like it's very hard for somebody to just be like, yeah, this is the route to go and this is what you're gonna do. Like, no, there's just a lot of ways that people can get these credentials, get these jobs, and you have to figure out what works best for your situation, okay? All right, you guys, so thank you so much for watching. I really hope this video was helpful. If it was, then I don't know, just drop a thumbs up or something. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss a video. Hit the little bell and stuff so that you get notified. And yeah, I'm gonna keep on coming with this nursing Q&A series. If you guys have any questions, please either drop them in the comments below or post it, you know, on one of my Instagram pictures and stuff. I'm literally always reading you guys' stuff, and if something jumps out at me, I will write it down and I will turn it into a video. So yeah, I'm coming here with these nursing advice videos. I don't know if you guys noticed anything different with my setup, but I'm actually not using any studio lighting. I'm literally sitting right now in front of a window, and I don't know, but I'm just obsessed with this natural lighting. Like, I think I'm just over my ring light. I just love sitting here. I added a little plant and stuff, and yeah, I love this vibe. So yeah, you guys, let me stop rambling on. I'm actually getting ready to go to work, so I have to eat my lunch and head on over to the office. But yeah, catch me in the vlogs, catch me on Instagram and all of that jazz, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.